Hi, and welcome back to I'm a Happy Enchilada. If this is your first time with us, thanks for tuning us in. I'm Don Culber, and I'll be your host. Now today, I've picked a topic we've all heard mentioned before, but probably never really thought about learning anything about it. It's common sense. What? Common sense? What exactly is that? Well, if you asked a parent or a teacher about it, they might have said it is experience, practical knowledge, and judgment that we have picked up along the way that helps us to navigate everyday life in a reasonable and safe way. And then again, maybe they're hard-pressed to give you an answer or needed a few minutes, to come up with something. I don't actually remember asking my dad what it meant, but common sense was something that came up, oh man, a million times in my growing up years at home. If he would have given me an explanation of common sense, he would have likely said something like, well, knowing the right things in life to do naturally. But I do remember hearing him say, you should have used more common sense making that decision, or you just don't have good horse sense. And I heard it dozens of times. It just went in one ear and out the other, just like most things he told me. So let's get started on our topic, okay? So you may be wondering, is common sense taught, or are we just born with it? Well, the answer is common sense is derived from both intellectual ability and life experiences used together to make good judgments. You're born with only an ability to develop common sense. As life progresses, you learn more about the world around you, and this gives you more insight into what makes sense and what potential solutions could be. So, there you go. I like that answer. Yes, I do. Next, why is common sense so rare? Well, common sense may not be as common as we think. It varies from person to person because none of us has identical knowledge and experiences. And what are some examples of lack of common sense, you wonder? Well, first, people lacking common sense believe just about everything they hear without question. And they have trouble thinking critically. Their ideas are habitually illogical, and they see things as black and white. When someone lacks common sense, they may be stuck in a black and white mindset. Now, does common sense matter? Yes, common sense is a form of practical decision-making and the ability to imagine the consequences of something you do. It stops us making irrational mistakes and makes it easier to make choices on what we do. And that begs our next question. What causes lack of common sense? Our upbringings have a big impact on all of us, and that's especially true of having common sense. If your parents were absent often while you were growing up, you may have simply not learned many basic tasks and responsibilities in life that lead to common sense. So, how can I improve my common sense? Well, by reflecting on your actions and becoming more self-aware. You will start to make better choices, better decisions, and to develop your common sense. Understanding yourself is the best way to foretell reactions or results. And here's several ways to enhance common sense in your life. First, gain experience. Common sense comes from experience in the school of life and not from formal education. And learn to reflect, develop perspective, overcome fears, be decisive, respond or create, and keep it simple. And face reality. Now that's some great ideas to help you get moving on improving your common sense. And here's something, perhaps the most important thing I share with you today. Common sense comes from experience in the school of life, not formal education. This means trying, failing, picking yourself up, repeating until you become successful, and then pushing through life. By repeating this pattern, you gain more experience and therefore more common sense. Well, that's all I've got. So until next time, God bless and be a happy enchilada. Bye.